WBCB presents Pro Wrestling Weekly.
The longest-running pro wrestling radio talk show in the history of terrestrial radio.
And he's obviously Michael Cole.
Call in with a question or comment at 215-949-3232 or 888-922-2149.
Talking wrestling.
Yeah.
Because that's what this show's about. That's what we've been doing for over 16 years.
No. It's about sports entertainment.
And now, here are your hosts of Pro Wrestling Weekly, Ferran Derry and Lucas DeSangro.
Will you stop marking out over there?
Sorry.
Move over, kid. I'm taking your microphone.
You're shallow, you know that?
I'm running on 2 hours of sleep. I don't remember what the hell I do anymore. There's the sound of the bell, and we are set to go. This is Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com, alongside Lucas Twitch DeSangro. 4 in a row for you now.
Yeah, I'm on a roll. I'm not going to stop anytime soon, hopefully.
That is good to hear. I'm your host, Ferran Derry, and it is Royal Rumble weekend.
Woohoo!
Yes, the excitement is abound for certainly an interesting and intriguing Rumble, just because it's different than most in the past. We've got your lineup and predictions starting to go wrong coming up later in the hour once we figure out what the hell they are. No, I only slightly kid there. I have mine in my head. I just didn't put them to paper.
I'm looking at the card now, and I'm thinking, do I really have this figured out? 2015 was a good year for me in predictions. 2016, I don't know. It's my first prediction.
None of us do. If you did, then where the hell were you a couple of weeks ago with that $1.5 billion Powerball jackpot?
I wasn't going to play because it's pointless.
Well, if you knew the numbers, then we could have significantly upped our budget.
Maybe.
Okay, you could have significantly upped our budget. Well,
maybe.
Well, no, because you're not quite... players must be 18 years or older to play. Please play responsibly, and you have a couple of months before that happens.
Yeah, true.
No, wait, the lottery...
But if I knew everything, I'd know how to finagle my way into playing the lottery underage.
And you'd know how to shut me up, and you definitely don't know how to do that.
Well, as an Italian-American, I can certainly say that doesn't need special powers to do. In more ways than one.
And as an Afro-Canadian, I know from being the part-time host of the Italian-American Hour here on 1490 WBCB.
Well, that's good. I think.
I'm just saying I know some people, too. Mostly the DeSangros.
And that's
really...
why
do you think I keep you on my good side?
Yeah, it's a good point. You're very smart. All right. So, I mean...
That's the first time I think you've ever admitted that.
Well, I feel like I don't have to, considering you prove it.
That's adorable.
Shut up. So, yeah, we got a lot of interesting stories in the hour for our listeners.
Yeah, you ain't kidding. Holy smokes. I guess we'll you know me. I like to get the bad news out of the way just because we spend so much time joking and ribbing and trying to be entertaining and educational and whatnot. But a major story, longtime WWF wrestler Iron Mike Sharp, having passed away this past Sunday at the age of 64. Sharp wrestled for the WWF from 1983 to 1995. Ending up on the losing end of most matches, though early on in 83, he won regularly and even earned a title shot against then heavyweight champion Bob Backlund.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, he obviously didn't win that, but the fact that, I mean, his name was out there pretty early on, and then he kind of, the rest of his career, he wasn't as fortunate as far as his wins came along.
You know,
but still a pioneer wrestler, a notable name as far as, I guess, would enhancement talent be the politically correct terminology? And I'm minding my P's and Q's with how to put that based on another story that we've got coming up later in the hour.
Oh, well.
Because I don't want to get into any kind of trouble or be dressing in any hallways anytime soon. That will make more sense a little bit later, I promise.
Banned.
Exactly. Yes, way to get the OSW band reference in there.
Thank you. I try.
Yes, you do. But yes, our condolences to the family. A huge blow to the wrestling world. A lot of people have learned a lot from him. He actually, for a little while, had a wrestling school down in the Brick, New Jersey area.
Really?
Yeah, really.
When was this?
Oh, gosh. This was sometime in the 90s. A couple of guys came out from there. Most notably Mike Bucci, who went on to become Nova in ECW.
Oh, get out of here. Really?
Yeah, and Simon Dean in WWE. Chris Ford, who went on to be Crowbar in WCW. And the Haas brothers, Charlie and Russ Haas. So they were a few protégés who came out of the now-defunct Mike Sharp School of Pro Wrestling.
That's quite impressive.
Yeah, so I mean, he didn't do too badly for himself and had a very notable career, and it's unfortunate that he is no longer with us.
Yeah, it always is sad when the wrestling world loses, when they lose a notable figure.
Yeah, I mean, I still feel like I'm hurting a little bit from last summer with Dusty and with Roddy Piper passing away.
Yeah, it stinks. It really does.
But I'm also still hurting from Savage passing away, and that was almost 5 years ago now. Yeah, this May it'll have been 5 years since Randy Savage passed away.
Damn.
I know. Where the heck does the time go? Well, you've been with the show for 2.5 years. What does that tell you as far as where does the time go?
It goes.
Yeah. Let that sit in your noggin for a moment. I did say noggin, right? Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go. That's I'm trying to find a way to bring it back here. All right, some other things to talk about over the course of the hour. A WWE Hall of Famer that's now the voice of New Japan Pro Wrestling on Axis, or AXS. Also, John Cena issuing a Styles tease, and the favor has since been returned. We'll get into that coming up. A Tough Enough winner in trouble with the main roster wrestlers. Yeah, we briefly touched upon that in a joking fashion earlier. And are there sunny days ahead in the adult entertainment business? Yeah, that's going to be an interesting story. You are rolling your eyes over there, Lucas. Is it because my pun was that bad?
No, I just don't understand why they would put her on camera. It would be different if it was in the 90s. But
it was acceptable in the 90s.
Exactly. I would have watched it if it was in the 90s. I mean, I would have watched it if the videotape was made in the 90s, and I would watch it. I'm going to shut up. But the point is, she doesn't exactly look her best, you know.
Well, yeah. I mean, when you're in your 40s,
and
very
did a lot
seldom,
of hard drugs.
Yeah, somebody seldom looks as good as they did when they were in their early to mid 20s.
I can give you.
I'm one of
few.
those rare exceptions to that.
Jennifer Lopez.
Okay. Completely sandbag my own self-compliment. Good job.
Not saying that it's not true. I'm just saying. And you're not even in your mid-40s.
This is true. I'm pretty much in my mid-30s.
Yeah, so you got 10 years
to maintain the look that I have now.
Black don't crack. Just saying.
What was that? Black don't crack?
I saw it on Facebook. It's got to be true.
I thought it was if you saw it on Wikipedia, it had to be true.
If you saw it on the internet in general, it's probably not true, except for wrestling. Wrestling's always real.
It's people that are fake.
Thank you, Mr. Anderson or Derry. You know, because that
Derry.
Yeah. Yeah.
See what I did there?
I just don't. We might as well just get into the story now with Sunny, because let's put it this way: she looks a lot better than she did, but I don't get. Are they trying to just hold on to what sex symbol she has left?
Well, let me paint the picture for those who were unaware of this, because I know we're kind of talking in segments for those who may not necessarily know what's going on. Steve Hirsch, the founder and co-chairman of porn company Vivid Entertainment, has offered WWE Hall of Famer Tammy Sytch $100,000 for her Hall of Fame ring, which she's auctioning off.
What?
Yeah, she's auctioning off her Hall of Fame ring, her WWE Hall of Fame ring.
What in the blue Protestant hell is going on here?
Well, it's not unprecedented. I mean, superstar Billy Graham did the same thing.
Why?
He needed the money. And he, I guess, kind of had a falling out with WWE, and he figured, all right, if he could make some money off of it, why the heck not? I mean, it certainly is a one-of-a-kind collector's item. I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm just saying
No, I know you're playing
People have
devil's
their
advocate.
reasons.
No, you're playing devil's. I get it. I just don't like it.
Understandably so. Well, in exchange, or sex change, maybe, he wants Tammy to shoot a 90-minute sex tape. The TMZ story noting that Sitch would be allowed to choose her partner and the location of the shoot. Maybe I'll put in a good word and see if she can make Twitch. No. You just pointed.
What did I just say?
Oh, I knew that reaction was coming. I had to. Anyway, Sonny did respond to TMZ in an interview and expressed interest if the price was right.
Oh, please go on. I'm very interested to hear what she has to say.
Well, we have that audio for you right here.
This ring, I mean, it's a very special ring to a lot of wrestling fans. $6,700 right now is where the auction is at. Then you get this offer from Steve Hirsch. Is this something that you are considering?
Well, you know what? Stephen Hirsch is a very powerful, persuasive man, and so is Vivid Entertainment. It's the biggest, porn company in the world. And it's a very tempting offer, but to be honest, the money he's offering just doesn't seem to be enough for me.
Wow.
Really?
So wait, so it's not that you're against doing it, it's that you guys have to negotiate a price.
And you know what? Everything in life is negotiable. Everything. I mean, I would have to take the ring off of eBay. And, I'm not selling the ring because I had a fallout with the WWE or I don't care about the honor that they gave me. It's just, I've been in the wrestling business 26 years already. It's time to move on to something else in my life.
Right.
It's just so to be able to let go of the wrestling past and move on to my future. And this is just another step.
Yeah.
Hey, many girls have done movies for Vivid Entertainment, and it's never hurt anybody else's career. So
Yeah,
it's definitely
good point.
something to consider. But $100,000, it just isn't enough for me.
What kind of money, honestly, what's like the range that you're looking at for this? What would he need to come to make this a realistic thing?
I don't know, but I'm a businesswoman, and I always look for what's best for business as what's best for my bank account. So, hey, anything is possible. You never know.
So there you have it. You're staring at me blankly.
I just. You're getting $100,000. What more do you want? What? I don't even know where I stand on this video. On this audio, everything is wrong with this. There's so much wrong with this. Oh, for sakes. This is,
We might have to clean that up for radio.
Just
a little bit.
I think we need to bleep some stuff out.
You just made my job a lot harder.
Yeah.
Thanks.
That's what I do
It's
as
what you
your
do.
intern.
You make my job harder. That's brilliant.
That's what I do as an intern. I make your job more difficult.
Ah, well played. So, yeah, there that is. Now, upon hearing that, apparently, let's just say that there's another, I guess, colleague / spokesperson who also is speaking out and trying to make Sonny do the right thing before she does, as you have declared, the wrong thing. Good old your boy and mine, Joey Ryan. Yes, he had a recorded message to see if he could lure Miss Sitch over to the company that is sponsoring him, YouPorn.
We have video. We have audio footage of this. Audio clips.
We have an audio clip of that as well.
Yes.
Hello there, Joey Ryan here, the first ever YouPorn Sports brand ambassador. And I'm here with a message from my good friend Tammy, or as you wrestling fans might know her, WWE Hall of Famer Sonny. Now Sonny, you know me very well, and you can trust me. You trust me enough to have sex with me, twice, so you know I have your best interests at heart. And we here at YouPorn Sports, we heard about your offer from Vivid. And first of all, Sonny, Vivid? What is this, the 90s? Come on, Sonny, you already conquered the 90s. Vivid's gonna try to get you to do DVDs like this? Sonny, nobody even watches DVDs anymore. Actually, if it's Vivid, they're gonna want you to do VHS tapes. And Sonny, you're better than that. And we also heard about what they offered you. And I was insulted for you. That's entry-level stuff. Sonny, you're a Hall of Fame athlete, and nobody takes care of athletes better than YouPorn Sports. Since I joined YouPorn Sports, my life has changed. We're like a family here. They love me, and I know they'll love you too. Sonny, I know you might think this is a joke, but I'm being very, very serious here. So don't go sign any stupid offers. Don't accept anything without talking to me first. Give me a call, and I'll put you in touch with the CEO of YouPorn Sports. 'Cause, Sonny, you know I'll take care of you. Again. So I hope to see you soon, babe.
Babe, indeed. So Joey Ryan throwing it out there for YouPorn Sports to possibly have Sonny. She is a rather hot commodity.
I freaking love Joey Ryan. Do you think he's gonna be okay with her, with him? Do you think Sonny? Let me rephrase that. Do you think Sonny is going to be okay with Joey Ryan just throwing out the fact that they had sex twice?
Well, maybe it was more than that, and he's just saying twice to save face. I don't know, or save heel. Who knows? I got jokes.
You got jokes.
I got jokes.
As much as it definitely has sparked quite a lot of controversy, especially here in the studio.
That goes without saying, I think.
You know what? Let me put it this way. I'm not going to retract, but I'm going to say I may be against Sonny doing what she is going to, if she does accept the deal. If she does accept the deal, ultimately it's her choice. And while I'm not exactly going to watch the video, it's her right to choose what she wants to do. So, yeah.
Do. Feels like there's the more you know right after
a very
that.
special episode of Pro Wrestling Weekly.
Actually, it is very special because we're pre-recording this because A, the snow, and B, the Monster Factory.
Yeah.
A show that, is still going on. That's right, snow or no snow. Well, okay, at this point,
Snow.
yeah.
If there's any more snow, we'd be having a mannequin in studio as well. Or in the car, or whatever.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Very good. But yes, regardless, tonight is the night. Tonight is the MF Cup Singles Tournament at the world-famous Monster Factory, 541 Manto Avenue in Paulsboro, New Jersey. So far announced in the 8-man single elimination tournament, Mike Webb, Vinny Marseglia, Punisher Martinez, Nick Camarado, QT Marshall, LSG, Leon St. Giovanni, and
Wait.
Oh.
The Real Life Heels in the tournament, not as a team. This should be very interesting.
Well, I don't know if the bracketing has been posted. Maybe they're on opposite sides of the bracket for a potential meeting in the finals. I mean, I guess we won't know until the brackets are released, which I would imagine will have been done by the time this makes the airwaves.
Either way, this bracket it's looking to be one hell of a show.
Well, plus, formerly of Ring of Honor, now with TNA, the Miracle Mike Bennett.
Think he'll bring Maria?
You could only hope.
In the words of Gorilla Monsoon,
Highly unlikely. Well, let me tell you about the rest of the stuff going on here at the Monster Factory tonight. Deonna Purrazzo defending her newly won Monster Factory Girls Championship against Willow.
Hey, that women's the Monster Factory girl match last show, that was vicious. They were beating the absolute
Daylights out of each other.
Yeah.
There you go. I made the save for you.
Thank you. Because I didn't know what else to say.
Very good. Well, it's all going on tonight, even with the snow, at the world-famous Monster Factory, 541 Manto Avenue in Paulsboro, New Jersey. Doors open at 6. The action starts at 7. And there will be free food and drink for when the doors open at 6 o'clock for those who brave the elements to make their way out there.
I'm guessing that doesn't include staff.
I don't believe that includes staff, students. I would imagine not. No, it's for the guests who have who are bravely making their way to the show. Now, those of you who have
If there's ever a time to use this, Mongo just pawn in Game of Life.
I'm going to keep you in check once we're done here. Yeah, I make chess jokes too.
True. Very good, sir. Very good.
Those of you who have already purchased your tickets for tonight's event and are unable to attend due to the weather, go ahead and contact Danny Cage through the various forms of social media, or you can give him a call, 609-471-7904, and we will honor, I guess I can say we, because, we are part of the Monster Factory, but
True.
The Monster Factory, we will honor your ticket for tonight's event at the upcoming event on February 6th, the next Monster Factory event, if you are unable to make it tonight due to the weather. But let Danny Cage know so that way we can get you locked in. That's the whole way about it. Plus, your ticket to tonight's show gets you entry into the Monster Factory tomorrow night to watch the WWE Royal Rumble with the stars of the Monster Factory.
That is
2 events for the price of 1. How can you go wrong?
yeah. Seriously.
It's worth making the trek in the snow. Just do so safely, because safety is important. Safety first.
Very important.
Check out the Monster Factory on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram, as well as monsterfactory.org. And don't forget the MF Network,
Yeah.
the mfnetwork.com, for a litany of Monster Factory content. All right, we're going to take a break because we've already gone insanely long, but still a lot to get into here on this Royal Rumble weekend, including in the next segment, the Royal Rumble betting odds. So stay tuned, refill your hot cocoa mugs. This is Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com.
Got the Luigi death stare from Ferran, so we might have to...
I didn't give you the Luigi death stare. That's not true.
You're breaking kayfabe.
Breaking kayfabe. Gonna break something else during this commercial.
There we go. That's what I like to see. And now, more Pro Wrestling Weekly with your hosts, Ferran Derry and Lucas DeSangro.
Are we getting into that controversy again?
I know how it feels, and it's not fun.
Welcome back to Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com. Breaking more than just kayfabe. I'm your host, Ferran Derry, alongside Lucas Twitch DeSangro. Yes, that always brings a smile to my face, that Luigi death stare, that whole bit.
That is a good one.
Yes, and what's also a good one, the Royal Rumble tomorrow.
It's one of my favorite pay-per-views of the year.
It is without question. I know I'm going to get ripped vehemently for this, but I'd say that I like it even more than WrestleMania.
No, I understand why.
It's always been my favorite. The unpredictability, who's going to come out the curtain next as that countdown goes from 10 seconds to 0. It gives you goosebumps.
It's quite a thing that the best part of it is, it's the unpredictability, plus it's probably the best way to start the road to WrestleMania.
It most certainly is. And there's only not even half the field is advertised. Yeah. So there are going to be a lot of surprises this time around, and that certainly makes for some interesting, I guess, gambles. I know we said earlier about, wagering and whatnot with the lottery, but in this case, I'm going to throw this out here. Bet with your head, not over it. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER for this one. Betting site Bovada has set a bunch of betting odds for who will win tomorrow's WWE Royal Rumble match.
If there's anything not to bet on in wrestling, it's probably the Rumble match.
Well, even still, these odds are they're just interesting across the board, so I had to jot them all down here.
Let's make fun of people's gambling problems. Let's.
Well, no, it's the odds.
I'm Mahoney busting.
Of course. But yeah, there are some very heavy favorites who aren't even advertised for the match, and there are some fun names as well. Let me get now. Do you want me to go with the longest odds first and then work up to the favorites?
Let's just work our way down, pretty much.
Or do you want to go with the favorites and work to the long shots?
I don't really. It doesn't.
That's right. Yeah. What do you know about betting? You're not even.
They're great either way. I don't care.
All right.
I want to hear the favorites first and then the long shots.
Okay, just for that, I'm going to go with the long shots first.
Damn it.
Because I'm a.
Yeah. Yeah, you are.
That's got to get bleeped.
Please. Don't ever cut that out. That's hilarious.
All right, so the longest shot odds on the Bovada website at 200 to 1, Stone Cold to win the Rumble. There are a lot of names thrown out at the also very rare 150 to 1. Those names include King Barrett, Bo Dallas, Fandango. You okay there?
I'm sorry. I'm choking on the stupidity right now. I really am.
Well, I mean, it doesn't say how many people have wagered on these necessarily, but they're throwing
It doesn't
potential
matter how many. It's who they wagered it on.
or who they set the odds for. Okay.
Bo Dallas.
Well, that's why it's 150 to 1 because it's highly unlikely, as Gorilla Monsoon said.
Yeah.
Gold Dust.
Keep
All right.
going.
Tyson Kidd.
He's got a broken neck. Oh my God.
The Miz. Alex Riley. Yeah, these are all 150 to 1. Fernando of Los Matadores.
El Torito's got a better chance.
Well, actually, El Torito has the same chance. He's listed at 150 to 1 as well.
Oh my God.
I kid you not. Also listed at 150 to 1, Adam Rose.
This is genuine laughter. Please.
Zack Ryder.
Woo. Not gonna happen, buddy.
You know it.
Oh, it's not gonna.
Damian Sandow.
I would want that to happen, but no, it's not going to.
Darren Young.
Isn't he injured too?
Actually, no. A few of these names that I've mentioned are actually going to be part of the kickoff match for the Royal Rumble, a Fatal 4-Way Tag Team Royal Rumble qualifier.
Why has Darren Young been on TV then?
Probably because they've got the thing going with Titus O'Neil and Stardust, and Darren Young's kind of been lost in the shuffle with that.
Well, yeah, but they pretty much substituted him for Neville.
I guess I don't know. I'm just calling it like I see it. Anyway, a Fatal 4-Way Tag Team Royal Rumble qualifier where the winning team will both gain entry into the Rumble later that night. You've got the Dudley Boys against the Ascension, against Darren Young and Damian Sandow, the unlikely pairing, against Jack Swagger and Mark Henry. So I don't know.
What we the people do. No?
That was good. I like that. That's what we the people do. Should be writing for them or something. All right. And finally, the last 150 to 1 name, Shinsuke Nakamura.
Wow.
Not even signed with WWE, at least officially, that has been known, but his name's being thrown out there. And if you think that he could win it all, it's 150 to 1.
I wonder who put that one in. Mr. Mark Kayfabe, maybe?
Possibly. I don't know. Now we're up to 100 to 1. Again, still really, really freaking long shot. You bet $1 to make 100, or you bet $10 to make 1,000, or something like that. Curtis Axel, Big E, Luke Harper, Kane, Kofi Kingston, Titus O'Neil, Eric Rowan, R-Truth.
What's up? Not his hopes of winning the Rumble. That's not what's up.
Oh, man. Heath Slater.
Baby!
And Stardust.
I wouldn't mind. Not the Rumble, but I wouldn't mind seeing him have a run with the title. See him put like sparkles all over it. That would be hilarious. I would love to see him have some sort of title run to Stardust.
All right, at 95 to 1, Mark Henry. Again, not bloody likely, but still better than the other names that were thrown out there. At 80 to 1, you've got the Big Show. Yeah, you're not thrilled about that one, huh? At 75 to 1, Neville.
I wouldn't mind seeing him win it.
Yeah, now I mean they're in the not likely, but you wouldn't necessarily have a problem with them winning it. At 66 to 1, Kalisto.
He's placed higher than
Neville. I don't know, or at least is less of a long shot.
He's been quite impressive though, singles wise.
He has. Now, this one's interesting because it's 2 for the price of 1 at 65-1 odds, either Vince McMahon or Shane McMahon.
How big do you think the roof would explode if Shane McMahon?
If Here Comes the Money hit over the...
Oh my God, that would be amazing. I want to be at the factory for that then, because we'd all go freaking nuts.
Probably. Okay, forget probably, definitely. All right, 50-1. Alberto Del Rio. Yeah, now you're kind of giving the smirk like, all right, I wouldn't be opposed to it. Alberto Del Rio, Chris Jericho, and Randy Orton. Well, I guess they figure he'll be back from his injury by that point.
No.
Maybe just to do a little bit in the Rumble, who knows?
No. Doesn't he have to get neck surgery?
He actually recently said that report was false. And he actually, went to social media to rip on those who reported that he needed neck surgery and cited WWE.com that his shoulder thing is healing up and he does not need an additional neck surgery.
That's
so
good.
He squashed those
It would definitely help out
those
WrestleMania if he
misreportings.
was out. If he was back, I mean.
This is true. Next up, you have 40-1 odds to win the Rumble. Finn Balor. I thought you'd like that one.
That would be awesome.
Cesaro. Yeah, I know. He's had some shoulder issues, too. And Dolph Ziggler. All right.
I mean, I like Dolph.
Well, that's why he's 40-1.
But...
Again, not a huge favorite, but you wouldn't be too terribly surprised.
I can't see him being... Especially if it was Rollins, he could have feuded with Rollins. They sort of dropped the ball with him like feuding-wise. They did good with Ambrose, but like... Ziggler versus, even Neville versus Reigns, because we all know it's probably going to be Reigns versus whoever wins the match.
Well, I'll get to Reigns in a little bit. Where was I stop here? At 35-1, Ryback. Wake up, it's Rumble time?
No.
No? Okay.
Why don't you forget to set that alarm, Ryback?
Put it on snooze.
Put it on snooze. You can eat a little bit more.
Oh, goodness. 33-1 odds. Rusev? Well, he was among the last 2 last year.
Yeah, but I can't see him as... even now, I can't see him as champion.
True. What a difference a year has made.
It really does. I just can't see a lot of these people as champion. I think
that's why these are the longer shots.
Yeah.
We're getting to the favorites coming up. Sheamus at 33-1. Braun Strowman. And AJ Styles. Another wild card factor.
With the whole AJ Styles and John Cena thing... Just think about it.
Which we haven't gotten to yet. We'll get into that coming up.
But you look at when Cena comes back, if they sign Nakamura and Styles and all them, Nakamura versus Cena would be great. Imagine Cena versus AJ Styles.
It would be very interesting.
Or even better, a triple threat, Cena, Styles, and Rollins.
Ooh. That does sound good.
A lot of the internet fans are going, let's see what else she has to say. I don't know why they sounded like goblins, but, different nerd, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, there are some... I don't even know what a hobbit sounds like, so I don't...
Lightning bolt! I don't know.
Anyway, there are 9 other names that they list here, and these are the ones that are probably the most believable, even if they seem unbelievable. And there are a few names that are not advertised.
Styles actually sounded pretty... If he were to enter, I don't know. That would be pretty interesting.
Well, this isn't just entering. This is winning the Rumble.
Yeah, true.
All right, at 25-1 odds, The Undertaker.
What?
I don't set these. I'm telling you what it is. I mean, that would be interesting for him to go into possibly his last WrestleMania as champion, but then there'd pretty much be no way that he would win his final match. So I don't think that's necessarily smart money. At 20-1, both competitors in the last man standing Intercontinental title match, Dean Ambrose and Kevin Owens, at 20-1.
Ooh. How about this? We see Owens beat Ambrose for the title, and then Ambrose goes on to win the Rumble that night.
That's a story that could possibly be told.
And then WrestleMania, we see Reigns and Ambrose.
That's certainly one way that could go, and you're throwing shekels down on it. 20-1's not too terrible. All right, at 18-1, the yes man himself, Daniel Bryan.
Please. I want him to come back. I don't even care if he doesn't win. I just want him to come back.
Just to hear that pop once Flight of the Valkyries hits.
I freaking love Daniel Bryan. He's one of my favorite wrestlers.
All right, got a couple more here at 16-1 odds. You hear him at the beginning of our show, The Rock.
Rock versus Reigns. Ooh, that would
Cousin versus cousin. Who knows? At 15-1, Bray Wyatt.
Ooh, I like that too.
Yeah, see, this is where we get into the favorites. And then the three overwhelming favorites I have saved for last because, as you've seen, these have all been fairly long. Even Bray Wyatt at 15-1 is a pretty long shot. The next one up from that is 3-1. And that's Brock Lesnar. You're contemplating.
I sort of don't want to see the same main event as last year.
Well, it won't be because Rollins isn't involved. Oh, you mean Brock against Reigns, only this time without a Money in the Bank cash-in?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, hard to say. And then finally, well, two more. At 9-5 odds, which is just slightly better than 2-1, Roman Reigns. Somehow going from number one, running the gauntlet, a la Shawn Michaels and Chris Benoit, and...
Well, in WWE's eyes, just Shawn Michaels, but yeah.
Yeah, and retaining the title.
See, I actually wouldn't have a problem seeing that. I just don't know how the fans they would probably boo out of the building.
You think it would be a repeat of last year?
I hope not. That would, if they managed to tell a story and get him over quicker than... He's gotten over in the past couple months, in the past month at least. Hopefully this will
He has gained popularity, absolutely.
Yeah, especially after he beat the tar out of Triple H.
This is true. And speaking of which, your number one overall favorite, according to Bovada, at 6-5 odds, which is slightly better than 1-1, it's Triple H.
Triple H. Really?
Even though he's not advertised. And I think a lot of that comes from the statement made on WWE television that Triple H will exact his revenge when Reigns least expects it. So
Triple H is number 30.
Possibly. We could certainly see it. Now, we'll have our predictions starting to go wrong coming up in the final segment here. A bunch still to do, but I got to squeeze this in, of course. Aside from great beer and delicious food, expect the unexpected at the Broken Goblet Brewery, 1500 Grundy's Lane in Bristol. To give you an example, this past Wednesday featured a showing of the original Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory movie, and following the film, a Q&A session with the last living Oompa Loompa who was in the house. Make sure to mark your calendars for Saturday, February 6th, as it's the T-Cision 2016, your chance to help decide the 2016 version of Bubba's Tea Bag. For $3, you get a 4-ounce sample of each of the 3 beers and one important ticket. Sample the 3 versions and cast your vote in the Tube of Destiny on stage.
Tube of Destiny.
The Tube of Destiny.
The Tube of Destiny.
Exactly. Just a few examples of the delicious insanity that is the Broken Goblet Brewery, 1500 Grundy's Lane in Bristol. Check out their beer list, calendar of events, and more at brokengoblet.com. That's Broken Goblet Brewery, the semi-official brewery of Pro Wrestling Weekly. Coming back with more here on Pro Wrestling Weekly on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com. Pro Wrestling Weekly presents Today in Wrestling History, January 23. On this date in 1995, WWF Monday Night Raw aired live from Palmetto, Florida. In the featured match, the Smoking Guns defeated Bob Sparkplug Holly and the 1-2-3 Kid to win the World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Championships. On this date in 1996, WCW held its Clash of the Champions 32 Supercard. In the main event, Ric Flair and the Giant defeated Hulk Hogan and Randy Savage in a tag team match. On this date in 2000, WWF held its Royal Rumble pay-per-view. In the main event, The Rock won the 30-man Royal Rumble match. On this date in 2006, WWE Monday Night Raw aired live from Charlotte, North Carolina. In the main event, John Cena and Ric Flair defeated Chris Masters and Edge in a tag team match. This has been Today in Wrestling History, January 23. Welcome back to Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com. Ferran Derry here with you alongside Lucas Twitch DeSangro. Talking all kinds of wrestling stuff, getting ready to bring it home and also bring our predictions certain to go wrong.
Let's do it.
For the Royal Rumble. One quick note, though, from the Today in Wrestling history. Along with The Rock winning the Royal Rumble in 2000, also featured was the infamous Miss Rumble 2000 swimsuit competition.
Okay.
Well, all right. Obviously, we have two different thoughts that come to that. The first thing that comes to my mind is Terry Runnels. And that gold
Butterface.
one piece. Yes, but a backside you could bounce a quarter off of. I know you're unlike Billy Gunn. You're not an ass man. I know.
I'm not a full on. I don't know how to put this.
You know what? It's okay. You've already gotten your point across.
The face itself just ruins it for me.
Okay, that's understandable. All right, let's get to bringing it home here. The stories that we missed because we take long on things and go on tangents. All right,
yeah.
Brock Lesnar, he was announced for the WWE Network Live special that will be held on Saturday, March 12th in Toronto, Ontario at the Ricoh Coliseum. He's also advertised for the March 11th live event in Montreal. Not advertised for the live special include Dean Ambrose, Kevin Owens, Big Show, Kane, and the Dudleys, as well as all four members of the Wyatt family as they're advertised for a WWE live event in Atlantic City, New Jersey on the same night.
We can't go to that.
Nope.
I see what you did there.
Very good.
I see what you did there.
Also, by God, Jim Ross will be the new voice of New Japan Pro Wrestling on AXS starting March 4th.
Woohoo!
JR telling Fox Sports, quote, "This opportunity to work with AXS TV is attractive on many fronts. The travel won't be weekly, but approximately 8 to 10 trips to Los Angeles in a year's time. While there in a 2-day voiceover session, we'll hammer out up to 6 shows. I'm happy OKC now has nonstop flights to LAX," end quote. Rumors about this leaked last week, but Ross squashed the rumors, saying he hadn't officially signed a contract. Well, now he has.
Sort of stinks now that we're in an age of internet spoilers and they just decide, hey, let's ruin it.
The internet ruins everything.
Wait, why'd you say it like that?
It's an Opie and Anthony thing. Always a fan of theirs. Now, we got into this in the beginning of the show. WWE Tough Enough winner Josh Bredel, I guess I'm pronouncing it right, or Bredel. It doesn't matter how you pronounce. No. Josh Bredel is in the doghouse for using the hashtag #SocialJobbers on Twitter during Monday's Raw. Bredel, who wrestles using the name Bronson Matthews, removed the tweet after Kevin Owens and Stardust were among the main roster wrestlers who took him to task. Owens mocked Matthews by writing, quote, "Look at the veteran here with the big fancy insider terms," end quote. And Stardust even breaking character by tweeting, "Enjoy dressing in the hall, not blocked, banned."
There we go.
And with the talk the last few weeks of members of New Japan's Bullet Club and Shinsuke Nakamura making the jump to WWE, John Cena got involved in the tease by posting a photo of a young AJ Styles on his Instagram page. WWE.com also acknowledged Cena's posting the Styles photo. And with turnabout being fair play, AJ Styles on his Instagram posted a picture of a young John Cena from his prototype days in OVW back in 2001.
Frosted tips and all.
Frosted tips and all. Let the speculation commence as we head into the Rumble. So we're going to do so by giving our predictions certain to go wrong. We've got 6 matches in the fray. First, the kickoff match, the Fatal 4-Way Rumble qualifier, the Dudleys, the Ascension, Darren Young and Damian Sandow, as well as Jack Swagger and Mark Henry. The winning team goes on and takes 2 of the 30 slots in the Rumble. Who you got?
I'm going to go Darren Young and Damian Sandow.
Not a bad choice. You know what? I'm going to go with you on that. I initially was leaning towards Swagger and Henry for some stupid reason, but I could see the crowd going nuts for Damian Sandow just because he's been off TV so long and he does have such a strong following.
Yeah.
I think even more so than the other 3. Alberto Del Rio defending the U.S. title against Kalisto.
This is a tough one, but I'm going to go Kalisto.
All right, I'm going with Del Rio retaining. Divas title, Charlotte against Becky Lynch.
Becky Lynch, last kicker all the way. I'm sort of going against my, who do you think will win? I'm going, who do I want to win?
Who do you want to win?
Yeah.
So I usually do that, and it doesn't work out so well for me.
Yeah.
So in this case, I'm going to go with Charlotte. Kind of to be different. Charlotte retaining the Divas title. New Day against the Usos for the tag titles.
New Day retains. New Day retains. New Day retains.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you on that one. Again, not sure why. I'm throwing things up against the wall and seeing if they stick. Last man standing match. That's certainly sticking for the Intercontinental title. Dean Ambrose defending against Kevin Owens.
I'm going to go 2 scenarios for this. Either Owens wins, Ambrose goes on to win the Rumble, or Ambrose retains, and that's it.
Ambrose retains, and that's it. So wait, are you're making both of those your picks?
That's like my pretty much. If either of those happen, I guess we could say, we can give me partial credit.
Partial credit? This isn't well, for you it's still high school, but this isn't high school.
Whatever. All right, just.
All right, I'm thinking that. Well, I was going to say it can't really be a DQ or anything like that, although stranger things have happened in wrestling in the last man standing match, but
Double.
Oh, like a draw, double, like both men don't answer the 10 count? I'm not going with that as my pick, but you did hear it first if that's the case.
True.
Just throwing that out there. I'm daring. I want to dare to be different and pick Owens, but I'm going to go against my previous advice and say that Ambrose retains the Intercontinental title because I'm an idiot. And I don't apologize, unlike your infamous drop from ages ago.
True.
And finally, the 30-man Rumble match for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. 13 entrants announced so far.
We each get 3 picks. That's the Battle Royal rule.
You did make that rule a while ago. Let me throw out the names real quick that have been announced. Roman Reigns, the champion, and has been drawn number 1 for entry. Chris Jericho, Bray Wyatt, Eric Rowan, Luke Harper, Braun Strowman, Dolph Ziggler, Ryback, Big Show, Curtis Axel, Stardust, Brock Lesnar, and Sheamus. Who are your 3 out of the 30? You get 10% of the field.
Reigns, Bryan returning, which is like my long shot pick,
Okay.
and Ambrose.
All right. I don't think that they could go Reigns going wire to wire. I just don't see it. I'm going with Lesnar. I'm going with the unadvertised Triple H. And I'll throw you a bone and also go with Ambrose.
Ambrose Asylum, reign supreme, please. Make it happen.
Actually, I'm peeling back on that. I'm gonna go.
No, go ahead.
I'm gonna go Lesnar, Triple H, or Sheamus.
Okay, fine.
Just because
I don't want it to happen, but
I don't know where I'm going with this logic, but yeah, those are my 3. I don't see Reigns going wire to wire. If it happens, hey, kudos to him, but I'm just personally not.
This is the same as Reigns. Reigns isn't going to win the Rumble. The fans are going to boo him out of the arena in Philadelphia.
Yeah, and then the booing occurred.
Boo! That was bad. Ugh.
All right, and finally, with just a minute or so left, at least I think, it's time for
Birthdays. Wee.
Yay. All right, I got 4 of them for you.
Woo!
On this date in 1938, Shohei Baba was born. Your face is saying, who's that? And I have to yawn at the same time.
Yeah.
The former 3-time NWA heavyweight champion and co-founder of All Japan Pro Wrestling, best known as Giant Baba, passed away due to cancer in 1999 at the age of 61. Yeah, just 8 days after his 61st birthday. That one sucks. But that's the only, death one that I've got. On this date in 1960, Patty Seymour was born. The former WWF Women's Champion, best known as Leilani Kai, turns 56 today. Yeah, competed at WrestleMania 1 in the women's title match and would go on to challenge Alundra Blaze at WrestleMania 10 for the same women's title. On this date in 1975, Jacob Christopher Ortiz was born. The UFC Hall of Famer and former referee and personality for TNA known as Tito Ortiz turns 41 today. A little mixed martial arts
I
thrown in
forgot he
there.
had a stint in TNA. Him and Rampage Jackson did.
Mm-hmm. And finally, on this date in 1976, Stephen Hayworth was born. The former Ring of Honor heavyweight champion, TNA superstar, and current ROH matchmaker, best known as Nigel McGuinness, turns
what's
40
his name?
today. Stephen Hayworth.
Ah. So that's very interesting.
Yeah. So happy birthday, Nigel McGuinness, turning the big 4-0. Well, would you rather I've said Desmond Wolfe?
No.
No, I don't think anybody would have.
No.
I was so high on that character, too, when he came into TNA a few years ago.
That wasn't a bad character, especially he feuded with Kurt Angle. That was a pretty decent.
Yeah, I was really high on that. That's going to just about do it for us, although some breaking news coming in here on Thursday evening as we're recording this, and we're going to bring it to you here. The story that we talked about a little earlier in the hour has now been confirmed, according to TMZ. WWE diva Tammy Sytch signs on the dotted line, "I've done a porn." That's right, Tammy Sytch telling TMZ that she and Vivid honcho Steve Hirsch recently came to an agreement. Vivid's already running a teaser clip with, but she's also shooting new footage for the final release, which I was going to say, can I say this title? Well, we'll find out. If not, I'll get into trouble with Sean Lerman later. Sunny Side Up in
Puns.
Yes.
Puns.
Porn puns, exactly. The downside to her porn deal, she's taking her Hall of Fame ring off the auction block. Somehow we think her hardcore fans would take that trade. And
I mean, there's
that's a
other
quote from
hardcore
TMZ.
fans, just a different thing. That's hardcore.
Yes. So there you have it. Congratulations to Sunny, I guess. I don't really know how to go with that. This is going to be one of the weirdest ways to end Pro Wrestling Weekly.
Hey, at least there was no finger poke of doom.
No, that'd be...
Oh, you dirty devil, you.
She's the one doing porn and I'm the dirty devil?
True.
Point well taken. All right, that's going to do it for us. If we still have a show next week, we'll be back next week, hopefully thawed out from this damned infernal snow. Lucas, thanks so much for joining us. Stay safe out there, and we'll catch you next week. Play us out, Nutsy.
1 o'clock in all's well.
Serving you better than ever before.